Good morning and welcome in to the early bird service. We got a couple things that we're going to talk about this morning. Don't want to be lengthy or to waste your time. But this is the month of grace, the number 5. And I was saying off camera that there are things as you grow. Sometimes it's like some kind of anti-pain thing because growth can cause pain. And so there will be, but you have to understand in this month as you grow, you will face some challenges. So don't get too high and don't get too low because this is your growth month. And why is that significant? It's because the number 6 represents the attack of the adversary. So you have to get your footing now. You have to get your patterns and your behavior set in place now so that when challenges come, you're able to withstand the challenges versus being controlled or knocked down by the challenges. So a couple scriptures that we're going to have for our base scriptures this month. This is the first of the month. Welcome everyone in from the mother campus, also from the virtual campus, and those that are here in the early bird service, as well as our global networking. And I've talked to quite a few people in South America, talked to some people in Africa, and going to talk to some people in Pakistan. And so it is becoming more of a global ministry. But Revelations 3, 7, and 8. The other base scripture will be Psalms 51, 10 through 12, the 10th stance. And then we said Psalms 84 and 11. Okay, we're gonna try to work with that. So what are we talking about? We talked about on Wednesday getting the 6 inches right, and that is what's happening here. Is 6 inches from one ear to the other ear, and it's the brain. The brain is essential, but it's the central location, but many times it's controlled by emotions. It's controlled by what it hears through the ears. Our ears literally should be a filter. You must determine what you will let your mind concentrate on. You can't just, everything you hear is not true, everything that people say. And so sometimes we go around and we're spreading a parasite that is not real. We need to start qualifying information. Get away from he said, she said, they said. Okay, your ears have to be your filter. Today we're going to talk about don't quit now. Why? In the midst of a storm or the midst of issue is your greatest opportunity to get rooted and grounded in new principles in your life. It is a time to set up new values. This is when David comes along. When it says don't quit now, here's why. When you are beginning to struggle, and we all can say that nervousness, challenges, unfamiliar things that are happening, right? I want to show you another way of looking at it. It is the beginning of a new learning cycle. The human mind already thinks it knows everything. It's like you know your alphabets, but you don't know how to put them together to spell a word. You ever seen that with a little kid? They can A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and they can feel proud. But if you tell them to spell cat, they can't put the C with the A, and they can't go find the T. And so what you have to realize is when you're meeting challenges now, it's not something that you have done all the time, but it becomes a new learning cycle. And we struggle with a new learning cycle because we think we are efficient in everything. That is a trick of 2 errors: my mind, the world, and the adversary. That is a trick. So then what is the first thing we do? We resist it. And the second thing we do is our mind tells us with fear and doubt, you don't need anybody but you. Your mind tells you you don't need to learn. You don't need to go. You don't need to study. Oh, you can get that anywhere. That's not true. It's where the learning cycle begins. Here is what happens. Canceling out the mindset that I know everything. And if I don't know everything, well, canceling out the mindset that I don't know. And what it says is, if I don't know it, I don't have to be responsible. Okay? We got to cancel out that mindset. Why? It is critical. This is what I want the writers to get. And I see you guys writing this morning. Good, good. It isn't what we want and think we're old. That is a mindset, because I've been in pain. I've been hurt. I've been set back. It's human nature to think somebody owes me for my pain. Somebody owes me for my failure. Someone owes me for my bad choices because I'm hurting. No one owes you anything if you submitted to whatever it is you did. Okay? This is where we have this thing we call the blame game. You didn't tell me. How can I tell you when you don't stand around long enough to listen? I thought I knew. How many of us have thought we knew but didn't know we didn't know that we didn't know? So what we have to do is understand it isn't what we want or think we're owed. Learning puts us in this frame of mind. It's what you're preparing for. Here's the thing. Most people aren't living for a future. The great Tom Landry said, in the realm of winning the Super Bowl, they made it like it was the epitome of the mountain. And once he won the Super Bowl, the very evening and the next day, he said, what's next? We don't know how to stack vision or stack our future. It's all about a moment. It's not all about a moment. It's about a continuation. And so as you hit these walls, it is not that you're a bad person. That means you need to reframe. You need to start reframing your mind, reframing your values, reframing your standards. Because what most people do, check this out, they buy into situation, not revelation. Most people buy into situation and not revelation. So then what happens is canceling out the mindset that I don't know, which means I don't have to be responsible, but it doesn't stop the accidents in our lives. We need new information and we need to reframe our lives. So then now we're not trapped by what I don't know, but what I'm preparing for. Does this make sense? I'm going to give you a little bit about Psalms 51 and 10, and I'm going to give it to you in the version that the millennials, the Gen Z can grab it, and the Gen X and the Alpha generation. It says in Psalms 51, it says, creating me a clean heart, O God, and renew the right spirit within who? Me. Now, I want you to say this with me. I am important to me, not only today, but to my future. It can't be about him or her or them or what happened. You have to know your importance. So here's what he says. Cast me not away from thy presence. You want to stay in connect with God. You can go to church, but every building is not in the presence of God. Okay? In the New Testament, in the Old Testament, they had the 10 Commandments, rules, regulations, kings, and all of that stuff. In the New Testament, he talks about a word that most people don't like. You know what that word is? Discipleship. He says, come and learn of me. You want Jesus to teach you on the back porch. You want Jesus to teach you right in the middle of your video game. Why would God allow us to stay in heaven when we give him no attention on earth? Lord, I'm busy 24/7. I don't have 40 minutes to give you praise. I don't have 15 minutes to learn, but I can watch a movie that I've seen 1,000,000 times for 2.5 hours, but I can't give you any time for spiritual learning because I think I got everything, because if I got it and what I don't know, I don't have to be responsible. Does this make sense? So let's talk about the character, this gentleman called David, all right? We've been together 9 minutes. Y'all got to look a little bit better than that. Come on. Tell somebody, look a little better. Smile. Come on. Say, did it hit me in the liver? Yeah. Talking to some of my Colombian friends and my Latino friends, Castro. And so I got to talk to him because I need some Spanish, some more Spanish in what I'm doing. So now here's what he says. Now, I want to help you get this because most of the generations that I talk to are a lot younger than me. So I'm trying to find out who you are so I don't mess up your name because they'll say he didn't mention me. Well, anyway. Here's what he says. When David spoke this in Psalms, he also spoke it in this text. And take not thou Holy Spirit from me. I want you to know this. Stop thinking that you're not in tune with God. Okay? No matter how bad you are, Lucifer, stop thinking you're not in tune with God. Every child of God is going to have periods of struggle and development and feel as if though they're not in the right place. That is the reframing of your opportunity to grow. Now, I'm going to show you something when David said, creating me a clean heart. David had, every one of us need a Nathan in our lives. So to you all, that would be what you call a true friend, somebody that gets real with you while you all, in your zone and in your feelings. But you always have that one girlfriend or that one guy friend that'll look you in the face and say, you about to jump off a cliff. What do y'all call them? Y'all don't have any? Yeah. Oh, so y'all don't listen to nobody. Y'all just do what y'all want to do. You what now? A true friend. Yeah, a true friend. Someone that will look you in the face and tell you jacked up. Y'all not looking well. A real friend. Y'all, what do you call it? Bestie. Okay, see, that's it. I don't want to be up here tomorrow. Yeah, that's my dog, man. That's my dog. Y'all be talking about, Lord Jesus, I can't come in here no more because Grandpa way out in left field. Okay, bestie. I like that. Here's what Nathan told David. David felt good. Don't ever let anybody tell you sin is not good and doing bad things don't feel good. They feel great. They feel great. You know you shouldn't have ate that other muffin, but it was there. It was so good. Look. And it was buttery. It had them blueberries in it. You know you don't need that 5 packs of sugar in your coffee, but it's just sweeter, right? All of us need a bestie. And so when Nathan told David about his situation, because David had killed a man and took his wife. But listen to what he says. Created me. Because God, watch this. People don't change you. Don't you ever get with a guy or a girl to think he can make you better. He or she can only complement who you are and be an asset to what you're going to be. Okay? A man don't change your life. Stop all that. Oh, she's a princess in the castle and he's coming to rescue. These guys don't even have a donkey now. Yeah, they can't even come get you on the donkey. Anybody is quiet. I got a lot of females in here. They don't even have a sword. They don't even have a pair of scissors to come cut you out. And you somewhere all emotional about Cletus. Where you at, Cletus? Got your mind. Just got your mind. So David had killed a man and took his wife and gave the man the note to kill himself. So he sent the man on a suicide mission. People will send you on suicide missions. People will intentionally give you the wrong information because they see one weakness in you, male or female. You know what that weakness is? Ain't nobody want to say that. No, needy, empty, lonely, low self-esteem. So you give up your process to carry someone who don't have a process. Come on. So he says, created me A clean heart. In other words, my whole body, mind, and spirit needs to pump clean. So I need renewed energy. Oh God, and renew the right spirit so I can start thinking right. This is when you say you got a bestie. So your bestie be like, what you doing, girl? Well, girl, he having a hard time. So you're going to give up your 2 eggs knowing they high for someone who's going to eat your eggs and be in your bathroom talking to another female. Mighty quiet, mighty quiet, mighty quiet. I hit you in the liver. So you've been at some girl house eating her eggs and in the bathroom. Okay, now you know where he's been, mother and father. He has some kind of that relates to him some kind of way. Okay, I thought he was getting ready to graduate. He done moved out already. He just ain't told you that. Here's the thing. He said, "Cast me not away from thy presence." No matter how bad you are or how you think of you, and no matter what people say about you, don't you cast yourself away. Okay? And you always want to be in an environment when it comes to worship that has compassion, love, restoration, healing, and forgiveness. Because none of us are perfect. They may be on a 10 today, they think they are, but I promise you by this afternoon, they may be on the negative 25. And you quit because you were looking at someone else and not seeing your own journey. So if you're writing, I want you to write, I have to focus on my own journey. And here's what he says in a letter calls to that. And he says, take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Don't think you're not connected to God. What does that mean in your terms? You are fruit, but you're not ripe yet, but you're still on the tree. You are a fruit. You are attached to God. You are breathing his oxygen, but you're not fully developed yet. Does that make sense? You are impregnated with his will and his purpose for your life. But before you can be born, there are people that want to abort you. Because the less you have, the more they can have. Am I making sense? So they always are throwing stumbling blocks and confusion in your way. And then you're trying to make it, and you're studying, and you failing tests, and you're trying to get situation, and people are lying to you. The problem is you're not strengthening your umbilical cord. Is that not what a mother has that's connected to the baby? You're not strengthening your umbilical cord because your father will feed you. Your father never put you in conception for you to be aborted. Your dreams are real. They are possible. Am I making sense? So you disconnect yourself because of doubt and the outside noise. So here's what David did. I want you to write this. I don't know if this is your month. David had an awakening moment and a call. Have you had yours? What storytellers would tell you is a fork in the road. You can continue on the path that you've been on, or you have a choice. Now, a lot of people in society want you to feel and think you don't have choices. You do have choices. But here is the sidekick. Your emotions can no longer make your choices for your future. Your emotions are a moment. They're not sustainable. Does that make sense? So David had an awakening moment and a call. Watch this. This is for the writers. His past was ruling his present. How many people and how many things have you tried to let go, but they have their foot in the door? I think I may turn over here. Okay, because that's okay. How many things? Because I'm here to help you. We've got a few minutes. I'm here to help you, and I can see the wheels turning. I got my brainiacs back. I see my wheels turning. How many things in your intellect and intelligence has told you to move on? Still there? You know why? They got a string attached to your emotions. It has a string attached. Substance abuse, addiction. It has a string attached to your emotions. So it continues to pull you, but your intellect and intelligence and your gifted ability in God and the call that God has on your life is interfering with it. And so his past was ruling his present. So he couldn't think clearly for what he was responsible for today. Have you ever did this? I knew the answer. I knew what to do, but come on, I didn't do it. Because there's a string somewhere connected to you that you have not cut off. There's a person, there's a thing, there's a group, there's a behavior. Because what our mind tells us is that we will be in a bucket of emptiness and loneliness and no friendships. And most of the time, your besties don't hang with the crowd. And you're like, oh, girl, you're so disciplined, you're so focused, because she's cutting the strings. Man, you're doing this and you, because he's cut the strings. And so something is pulling on you guys. You're much smarter. You're much more intelligent. You could, God, but why would God give you more for you to keep running down the hill? So let's say you had 5 prayers last month. He answered 7 prayers. And you're still sliding down the hill. Am I making sense? Here's another one. David was also stuck in his present. He didn't know what to do next. He was stuck in his presence. You know how about a hamster on a hamster wheel? And God is saying, why keep taking a class that you should have already passed? Sweets and starch are good until you go back to the, come on. And he says, you got 5 points. I ain't carrying up. Ooh, look at you, look at you, look at you, look at you, look at you. Like the scale knew you were coming in and was going to tell a lie on you. Oh, listen, I've taken off just about everything I had on trying to get on that scale, and I finally realized it is not the scale. And then you walk away in your mind be telling me, man, I believe she stuck her foot on that scale. I believe she did something. She put some. It's you. It's you. Come on, say that. It's me. Now when I go, I'm proud to be on the scale. I like that. I will not admit that it's me. Now I'm gonna sit here and be stuck in my present. I'm stubborn. And you need every one of your organs in order to be at your best. So David was stuck in his present. Woo, somebody said cheesecake, Lord. What are the main artery blockers? Biscuits and flour and yeast and rolls and sugar and starch. Is just, let's say we love it. Oh God, we love it. We love it. And I'm gonna confess, I was full last night when I got here. Oh, but I had to eat that caramel cookie. Ooh, I don't know how many calories that cookie had in it, but ooh, and I ate it slow because I didn't want to eat another one. So you can be stuck in your own present. Then get up this morning and put on pants I ain't put on in 10 years, hoping they fit. Yeah, but that's my whole point. We set ourselves up.
And you wonder what happened.
You said it. Because you know what? We have pulled the wool over our own eyes. I lied to myself. It was talking to me. Yeah. It was talking to me. Yes. The monster in me. That should have been the subject. Here's the thing. 2 things, and I'm going to let you ride. See, when we're out of balance, his future had to be reset. This is why the topic is Don't quit now. You may have 99 broken pieces. You just need a reset. Okay? You may have failed a class. You have exams coming. But it's been tough. Yeah, but, okay, see, that's the whole point. Sometimes you'll lose the battle, but you still win the war. And see, you're focused on the battle when there's 9 other battles lined up. Cut your losses and keep moving. Because here's what science says. This is not me. This is what science says. Science says the human mind cannot multitask. You have to focus on what's important, your future. And I'm going to say this. If it loves you, it will move with you. If it doesn't love you, it wants you to stop where you are. And it will tell you, you don't need anything else, you're perfect. That's the serpent in the garden. Am I making sense? When there are people who try to tell you you have enough, they're already on Dead Street. They're trying to stop your growth. If you love me, and this is for my younger people, then either you go with me or you let me go. Okay? I can't carry you. Woo, say it loud. I can't help, say it loud.
And take care of me too.
I can't do what?
Carry you.
And
take care of me too.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Neither man or woman, because some women will shout up and talk about, well, you the man. Yeah, and he gave me a helpmeet. Right. You cute and you beautiful, but you are not productive. You like furniture. You just pretty in the room. Am I making sense? You don't want to come to class today. Yeah, see, because I'm the one, because I've been through some stuff and I still got some stuff to go through, but I'll be, don't make me say what I want to say. I will be darned if I let you make the mistakes I made. Okay? Because see, I'm gonna get over the hill, but I ain't gonna have many years left when I get over the hill. And you can get to the hill and surpass me. So I am not gonna teach you to hold you back. I'm going to teach you to move forward. And I just want to be the old man sitting on the back of the bus. They're like, who that? That's Pops. Well, he kind of cute. He ain't what you want to fool with. Because you go back there and talk to him, he'll crush your life in a minute. He's going to break your life in a minute. You don't need a piece of furniture.
That's right.
You don't need nothing holding you. You have enough enemies rather than having an enemy in your camp.
Yeah.
And if they think you are enough, that is a signal that they are not for you. You haven't even begun to grow. I got a bunch of problems. We all do. But I'm with him and I'm with her because I'm going through something. And as soon as they finish with you, it's like toilet paper. Yeah, how many of y'all keep it and take it with you? All right then. All right then. All right. That's why they don't want to sit on the back of the bus with me. Don't descale yourself for somebody else. Don't descale yourself. He was stuck in his present. So this is when it talks about in the Bible for the older church, you can't serve two masters. Y'all, I want to work with y'all, but I ain't got that kind of time. You can't serve your past and your present. Your present is what builds your future. If you are stuck in your past, you're not living in your present. Because you think somebody owe you something. You want to be announced and not prepared. Am I making sense? So David was stuck. And see, here's the thing. Your future has to be reset, but it can't be reset if it doesn't have your undivided attention. You need to focus on finishing.
Come on.
Not focus on struggling.
Come on.
Focus on finishing. And here's the thing. When you start finishing, do you know some people walked away when they failed the test? I can't do this no more.
People walked away in the first semester.
That's my whole point.
First week.
Because they were excited. Excitement never takes you to the finish line. It is determination, substance, and the ability. And yes, sometimes, my brothers and sisters, you will have tears in your eyes. But don't you dare back up. Because you know what? If it was that good, why did you leave? They're at their mouth and you're at your bottom. And once they reach their peak, they can't go any farther. You have the ability to go farther. So now here's the thing. Last but not least. So not another one. Well, here's the thing. And I'm glad you said the bruises. Pressure brings value. You don't want anything in your life that can't take pressure. Pressure brings value. Pressure produces faith. Pressure produces energy. Pressure creates friction. What makes an engine run? Friction. It has to have a positive and a negative. When it's on a negative, nothing moves. But you have a neutralizer. And when you take God and let God be the neutralizer between your past and your present, now your present can focus on your future. Deuces, we got to go. We got to have communion. Huh? I'll worry about the book later. All right, I ain't messing with nobody's mind right now. Sing my little song, the little light of mine. I'm going to let it shine.